for example, the final was Liverpool-Man City.
Yeah.
Damn as hell, I'm supporting Liverpool.
You're going to be in your red.
Whatever I've got, I'll be there.
Yeah. They won the battle, but they didn't win the war.
Oh, nice metaphor there. Thank you.
Actually, that's really rude. I'm really sorry, West Ham and London City. That is really rude. But 1-1 is just boring, okay?
But also,
bit of a streak for Brighton. They won that game against Leicester and then they went and beat Arsenal this weekend.
must be a good time down in Crawley.
The sun it must be out. The seagulls must be flying.
Look at those sounds. Okay.
Right, come on, you. We've got loads to get through and not a lot of time to do it.
So much to do.
Because, surprise, surprise, those of you who are watching, it is daylight. We don't usually film in the daylight.
I know.
We
Bank
usually
holiday
film
weekend, baby.
We usually film at about 11:30 p.m. at night, and I'm like crawling towards my bed.
It works well for the night dwellers of the two of us.
It does.
Which is me.
That is you.
Yeah, you are far more of
used
a...
to be a night dweller.
Did you?
Yes, but I think I was just trying to like
Be that
impress
girl.
you.
When she used to pop round in the night.
Because
You'd come to my flat at about
yeah,
11 o'clock.
and then we'd go to bed at like 1 a.m, and my eyes would be like the Sahara Desert, and I would be like crawling the next day. But I was like, but I like this girl. I need to show. And then you moved in with me, and I was like, bed at 9 p.m.
Sudden change. Actually, we have a strict schedule. I'm fully routine.
Yes, we go to bed at 10:30 p.m. and we're up at 5:30 p.m. for the gym.
How's that going for you? We've decided on a compromise. The compromise is that we go to bed at very late and we get up at 5:30. So we do what you wanted to do for the rise.
Yes.
We do what I wanted to do. So we live off zero
Like
sleep.
literally fumes.
Anyway, welcome to episode
All the queers,
23.
some idea. You gotta give the name.
Sorry, all the queers, some idea.
Season
3,
episode
23.
23.
I know, season's coming to an
The big
end.
2-3. I know, mid-May is when the season ends.
May. So this episode is a big fat combo episode.
A big fat recap
Because
of
we've been
the last 10 days.
busy ass bees.
We've had
been
a
lot
buzzing.
going on. So
We've
we thought
been- you've been being the best woman.
I've been being the best woman. To be honest, it's taken every bit of capacity that I had spare. So
Yes.
writing speeches, making sure that things like the rings were in the right place at the right time.
Which you nearly didn't, which nearly got lost.
Nearly didn't, the horrors
It's like
of
one of
that.
them, like magic trick boxes where
Yeah, so
it like hides a thing.
I was best woman to my best friend, Andrew Keys. I know he doesn't listen, but shout out to Keys if you are listening.
Shout out Keezy. Congratulations.
Congrats.
To Keezy and M.
So I get to the altar bit, then in the, I don't know what you call it, town hall room, whatever. The registrar woman, she comes over and she's like, who's got the rings, best woman? And I'm like, it's me. Come over with my little ring box. I've been stressing about this one responsibility more than you could imagine.
Rings and a notebook.
Rings in the notebook that had the
That was
vowels in.
That was your job.
That was my job. Get to her and I'm like, I've got the rings. She's like, okay, can you open the box for me and check that they're there? And I was like, of course, I know they're there. I've checked 30 times. Open the box. Lo and behold, one ring. One ring is in that box.
One ring.
She goes, whilst my heart is literally coming out through my anus at this point. She's like, she turns to
What
me.
an image.
She goes, oh, so you've just got the one ring? No, Sandra, I'm supposed to have two. Where the hell is the other ring? So I'm having this internal stress. I don't know what takes hold, but I decide to shut the box and reopen it like it's going to be some
Like a
kind of
magician?
magic trick. Yeah, I'm like, it's fine. Give me a second, but bum. Open it, abracadabra, the other one's back.
Magic.
Turns out it was stuck in the lid, but oh my God.
But for that 10 seconds,
10
you
seconds,
thought, I've ruined the wedding.
I've ruined it.
Everyone's going to hate me. They're going to go home.
Oh.
That's it.
I'd catastrophized like I've never catastrophized before.
You do love a little catastrophize as well.
I gave it my best effort, I tell you that.
Yeah.
But anyway, it didn't. It worked out well. Do you know what went wrong though?
What?
I've told you. The minister, registrar, celebrant, whatever, any of the above, said the wrong names at the altar.
And not just the wrong name.
She said his ex-girlfriend's name.
Can't get much worse than that.
Honestly. And you know what? She did that mistake.
Oh, you're going to put her on blast here.
I'm putting her on blast. Put her on blast! When we got there, two responsibilities. The rings, well, 3, the speech. The rings and the notebook with the vows on. I've got it. I put it at the front, right by the flowers. I'm like, they will not miss this. This is where their vows are. And I say to the photographer, let them know this is where their vows are. She goes, great. Minister, celebrant, whatever you call her. She comes over. She's like, do you have the vows? I'm like, they're in this notebook, right where they can see it. And she's like, I'll take that. And I'm like, oh. Well, I've just told the photographer to tell them it's by the flowers. So you've got to make sure that you tell them that you
took it.
And she's like, yeah, of course, I'll do that. Don't worry. I'm going to go talk to them now. She goes off. She comes back. tells everybody, we're about to start in 1 minute's time. Great. She stands up and I say to her just one last time, you did tell them that you've got the notebook, right? You just don't want anyone stressing. And she goes, yes, don't worry. I've had this many weddings. I've had so many weddings. I've not had any problems yet.
Now, can I just ask what that accent was?
I was going to attempt it and change my mind. She was Australian.
Because in my head, I was like, she definitely told she was Australian.
I did South African a little bit, didn't
yeah,
I?
you did
I
like a
don't
little
know.
amalgamation.
Who knows?
You went on a wee trip around Europe.
I couldn't
and
actually
all the
tell
way
you. She
down.
might have been South African. I was stressed. I was very stressed.
Anyway.
They come in and obviously she's just shamed me in front of the whole wedding party to be like, girl, I've done this 10,000 times. Don't question me. They walk in. Welcome to the wedding of Laura and who the hell's Laura?
Where's Laura?
Not part of this holy matrimony situation. And oh my God, I looked over at them and they were like, their faces dropped. And
I bet you felt so vindicated.
I did like, that's right. Tell me again about how you've never screwed up a wedding. Anyway.
Only takes once.
Only takes once. And well, sorry.
Speaking of screwing up, do you
God.
want to start with the FA Cup?
Yeah, let's go from the top. Let's go. Should we go backwards? Should we go,
Yes.
what's just happened? Champions League, WSL. Let's work
Okay.
back through the system.
So, WSL.
Oh, we said we were going to do the FA Cup first.
No, we said we're working backwards.
Yeah, as in what's just happened, FA Cup.
So, leave that in, Rogues. FA Cup.
Quarterfinals.
Now,
We've only had half of them so far.
we've only had half of them. The other two are today.
The other two are today.
We've got Chelsea, Tottenham,
And Birmingham City, Man City.
Birmingham, Man City. Now, out of those teams, I would have said Chelsea probably would beat Tottenham, but actually, given their track record currently right now, so I think Spurs have a fair shot.
We've got a fair shot. I still think Chelsea will win.
I
think it'll take somewhat minor miracle. Oh, not miracle.
But Spurs,
that's
like
mean.
2 years ago, Spurs were in the FA Cup final
Yeah, it's true.
against Man United.
Yeah, okay, fair. But I just think, I think that Chelsea have had a bad run recently, but they've also had a lot of bad decisions and things like that that have added to it.
I think Chelsea almost need a little bit like a redemption arc.
I think they need a boost.
I think they need a boost, and I think otherwise Sonia she'll be on that flight back to Lyon.
Oh god, yeah, she'll be done.
She'll be done.
Day done dot. She'll be thrown in those puffer coats.
Yes, I do think. Yeah, Chelsea need a little bit of a boost.
So Chelsea Spurs. I'm going to
see
say
what that
Chelsea will win.
happens. Okay,
Later
and
today,
then
we'll find out in 5 hours.
Birmingham, Man City. No, sorry to Birmingham. I know that they're fairly close to the top of the WSL too, but I do think that it will be a Man City win.
It will be a Man City win.
Man City are just they're on fire right now. Now they did have a little slump in the WSL, and when I say slump, I mean like what?
But he should have scored one instead of 3.
Yeah, 2 weeks where they drew. There was a few draws, but I think they're just running on the high that actually, to be honest, in the next couple of weekends.
Be lifting that
They
trophy.
will be lifting that
They've
trophy.
got a trophy like booked and ready.
Yeah,
right now.
like,
the engraver's
it's
already doing their work.
It's
Their name's
pretty
already
much
on
a
it.
done deal. To be honest, they're at least 10 points ahead of
This is
whoever's
true.
number 2. So I think it'll be Man City. That means that potentially Chelsea or Man City, if they win their games, will be drawn against Brighton and Liverpool, because Brighton and Liverpool are the ones who won the matches yesterday. Now, we did not get to watch the Arsenal Brighton game because
Which would have been our game of choice to watch.
it would have been our game of choice to watch because it wasn't broadcast, it was on Radio 5 Live. But it also, well, it wasn't a great one.
That wasn't why we didn't watch
Understatement.
it. It wasn't great.
No, we were at my parents'
So
for Easter.
Brighton won 2-0.
Brighton won 2-0. From what I heard, Arsenal's defence we couldn't get it out of our defensive half. And Brighton just pressed the attack and they capitalised on it.
It's odd. I feel like we always make jokes about inconsistency FC, but I thought that finally
Show
Chelsea
me
might have
somewhere
been
where
taking
they're
that
not.
title, but I think they're not. I think we are just the queens of inconsistency. And obviously when it was 0-0, and you were listening to it on Radio 5 Live, I was hoping for a small second half Arsenal.
Yeah.
I thought they were coming back. Back in 2024, they were super duper second half Arsenal. And I thought, oh, it's okay. They're just doing that again. Nope. Also, Meadow Park is like, oh, it's a shame to lose at Meadow Park.
I know. And it was a nice day and it was Easter and they'll have had their Easter eggs.
Well, what a sad old Easter Sunday that would have been
I
for
know.
them. But for Brighton, What a great
Great
Easter
for Brighton,
Sunday.
yes. Fran Kirby got a little assist.
Love it when Franny does good things.
Yeah.
Even if it is against my team.
And also, Brighton, like, they're not doing fantastically in the WSL. They're not doing badly, but they're not doing fantastically. They're kind of like middle of the table.
Yeah.
It's nice for them to maybe potentially be getting towards some silverware. Like, it's not, I mean, I know that we talk about the league and we're like, the league's really important. And obviously the league means, you know, finishing in the top 3 means that you go to the Champions League and has all of that kind of opportunity. But for a team like Brighton, the FA Cup is a good way to maybe get towards some silverware that they wouldn't necessarily have the opportunity to do in the league.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to see Brighton in the Champions League,
No.
but we might see them in the FA Cup final, and that's exciting. That's exciting
I
for
think
them.
it is really exciting. And I think the 2 teams that have won so far, gone through to the semis, Liverpool and Brighton, absolutely wouldn't be mad if either of them lifted the trophy.
Yeah.
I know that everyone, obviously, you don't want to see teams like Man City, Chelsea lift it, because if it's not your team, you want it to be a team that's like a surprise.
Yes.
Like, what a story. They were saying the story of the FA Cup. I would love that. And so fine.
And it does get a little bit, this sounds silly because if it was Arsenal in it, I wouldn't be saying this, obviously. But it does get, like,
This is the
I
double
don't want to,
standard.
like, if I see Man City, Chelsea, I'm like, 2 top flight teams.
Yeah.
Winning the FA, it's not a big surprise to me.
No.
To see it, like,
It's just like, oh, that'll be a good game to watch, but it won't be a surprising game. There's not going to be, if either team won, you'd be like, yeah, right.
yeah,
Fair. I'll go as a neutral and I'll just be like, all right, yeah, sure, great. That was a great game to watch. But if, for example, the final was Liverpool-Man City,
yeah.
damn as hell, I'm supporting Liverpool.
You're gonna be in your red, your red kit.
Bring whatever I've got, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Same if it's Brighton, Man City, Brighton, Chelsea.
You'll get your Seagulls kit out.
Yeah, I'll find one. I'll get one. I'll make one.
I do feel a little bit bad for Charlton because Charlton have had a spectacular run in the WSL.
Yeah,
too.
WSL 2 teams made it to quarters.
They only recently lost their first game in like quite a significant run. Tom, you can fact check us here, but
Tom
our friend Tom, who's a very very big Charlton fan, but they recently just lost like their first game in a really big run.
like it was his team.
And they lost, but they've had, you know, like they're doing really really well, and they actually held off Liverpool until the 115th minute.
It's extra time, so it was a fair game.
Yeah, and I haven't seen any of it yet, but I could imagine that there was some fight put up by Charlton.
But the goal that did change it all was actually quite a like story goal, right? So Zara Shaw. So like you said, she didn't score until the 115th minute, which was the game changing
nail biter.
goal. Absolutely. Knocked out Charlton in the process. But not only is she only 18 years old.
18.
I'm pretty sure. Fact check me. I read that in the BBC News story. I'm pretty sure she said she was 18 years old. So massive that you've just sent your team to the semi-finals. Alongside that, it was also, I think, her first game back from ACL surgery.
Ooh,
so
that's big.
Yeah, and it was her second ACL that she tore.
In her career?
In her career so far, at 18 years old. So in her grand return, and whether I've got it right or wrong that it was her first game back.
I think it was her first game back. I read that too.
Yeah. Imagine scoring the goal that sends your team to the semi-finals of the FA Cup with that one goal. That is...
And like we said, Liverpool
amazing.
need a boost.
It's the thing. I'm not... Whenever these stories come out of Liverpool, I'm not mad. Because I think I just want them to have some joy.
Yeah, I just want them to... do well.
And that sounds so... But... What a story.
I know.
Imagine.
She'll have had a massive... I hope she had a massive lint Easter egg.
Oh, massive. One of them big fat bunnies.
Oh.
The ones where the ears are
the glamorous thick. One.
Yeah, the sparkly one.
Yeah. My mum, yesterday, we went to my parents for Easter dinner, and which, by the way, was like it wasn't like a roast. Like, we're not a traditional
like
family.
Sticky rice and pork.
Yeah, it was like sticky pork belly rice. It was lovely. It was really nice.
Really nice.
Anyway, my mum was like, "Oh, I've got you a wee Easter treat." Pulls out lint bunnies. Smash. Why? Tell me why she gave Ali the sparkly one that said Glamour Edition.
As she said it, well, wait, I'll tell you for why. I'm the more glamorous one of the two of us. Which, considering that I'm sat here in 10 different colours and you're sat in all black with the top that says Thrasher on it.
Excuse me.
I think that
Could
kind
we
of...
get some sort of skateboarding sponsor for our football podcast?
But does it scream glamour? That is the question.
Oh, I guess not.
No.
But
I'm not going against it.
glamour is a state of mind, actually. And I deserve that sparkly bunny.
Anyway, FA Cup. The semis will be decided, but so far, Liverpool, Brighton through. Mm-hmm. Yet to be decided on Chelsea, Spurs, Birmingham, or Man City.
Yes, so the games are on today. Don't know if they're being aired, but
you'll, by the time you listen to this,
yeah, I was
going to
say, because we're filming on a Monday, but that don't really matter.
Nope.
Okay,
Trip back in time to the Champions
back in time
League.
to the Champions League.
Quarterfinals. Again, another quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals. Now, we watched from home on Disney Plus. We watched the Chelsea Arsenal outing.
We did.
We did sort of toy with the idea of going to Stamford Bridge, but to be honest, we were too tired eggs.
I was burning myself to the ground that week.
Yes,
last week.
you
So
were
it was
stressed.com.
It was a decision against... It was the smart decision.
It was the smart decision.
But it would have been great.
Missed... Well, we didn't miss it because we did see it. But I mean, in person,
I would have loved to have been there.
The drama, Now, I feel like actually, wherever we would have been sat in Stamford Bridge, we probably wouldn't have seen as much as we got to see on the TV anyway. So
yeah, true.
In that regards, I'm like, fine, that's okay. And they obviously do all the replays and like things like that. The screen in Stamford Bridge is not the best screen in the world to be seeing things.
This is true.
So I'm not mad about watching it. But
no. So the score
let's start
was...
with Chelsea-Arsenal.
So we seem to be starting with Chelsea.
We have
Arsenal.
started.
So Arsenal-Chelsea. Well, Chelsea-Arsenal, sorry. Yeah, it was at
Chelsea,
Stamford
Arsenal.
Bridge. It was at Stamford Bridge. All of these, leg 2.
Yes.
Quarterfinal, leg 2. The score was already 3-1 to Arsenal.
It was.
And this game ended 1-0 to Chelsea.
Yes, so Chelsea won. They won the battle, but they didn't win the war.
This is... Oh, nice metaphor there.
Thank you.
But what a battle it was in particularly the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, the last 10 minutes were like wild. It was just stuff happening everywhere. I could barely keep up.
There was disallowed goals.
There were
there was fouls.
There were fouls galore. There were
incorrect decisions. There were questionable decisions.
There were questionable decisions. There were yellow cards for Sonia Bonpastor.
Yeah, I think it reached chaos, is what I would say.
It was kind of it was giving a little bit of pantomime.
And we were kind of watching from home, kind of thinking, is this as chaotic in the stadium? Yes.
Yeah.
All the videos that I saw,
all the
equally
videos
as
I
chaotic.
saw.
So for those who weren't watching, I don't know how you'll have missed it this week. If you follow any form of women's football social media, the final thing that happened, I guess, that kind of was the nail in the coffin for what a dramatic game it had been was Katie McCabe fouled Alyssa Thompson right outside of the Chelsea, right outside.
Yeah, right beside Sonia Bonpastor, basically.
Yes. So Sonia Bonpastor saw exactly what she saw. Mm-hmm. The ref did not only not give Katie McCabe a yellow card for definitely pulling her hair, whether there was intent with that or not, she definitely did pull her down by her hair. And what we saw next was her immediately let go, apologise. Alyssa Thompson obviously very upset on the floor. Sonia Bonpastor very upset on the side. Ref, nothing.
Yeah.
And I think as well, Katie McCabe knew she deserved a card.
Yes, because you could sort of see the panic. I mean, the fact that she immediately apologized doesn't indicate whether or not she thought she should get a card or not, because you can apologize for something and still receive punishment for it. But you could tell that she was like, "Oh, I've done the wrong. No,
I've fucked it.
Yeah,
I've really fucked up here." And I think as well, so Sonia Bonpastor wouldn't have got the yellow card, I don't think, if it hadn't have gone on as long as it did.
Yes. I also think that Sonia, it's been building up.
Yeah,
she's
been like a pressure cooker.
The past couple of matches, like obviously the tension's been building. When Arsenal played the home leg, like I remember we were sat near, like we could see Sonia Bonpastor, and it was like she was getting annoyed.
She was irate. She was frustrated, and I get it. Even as my team has gone through, I'm happy, but I'm also sad that it's had all this cloud over it, and it wouldn't have that cloud if these decisions were made correctly.
Yes, there has been a little bit of discussion about some of the reffing that's gone on in the Champions League matches. And that's me saying this as an Arsenal fan. There were some questionable calls in Arsenal's favour in the first leg as well, as have there been questionable calls for Chelsea. I know a lot of people were very upset about the disallowed goals.
Yeah.
If I was a Chelsea fan, I would be upset. I mean, I'm not like, it's very easy for me to say as an Arsenal fan, like, oh, I don't care. But if this was like a neutral situation that I was watching in, I would be annoyed for
That's the
on
thing.
Chelsea's
I
behalf.
think
Like,
I do care.
Like, I can
would
be
like-
annoyed,
yeah.
but still be happy that my team obviously ultimately
Yeah,
went
it's a
through.
double-edged sword, isn't it? Like because ultimately these things will affect us all in the future if this bad decision making continues. And as it always happens with Arsenal Chelsea. So
Yeah.
there was the game was it at Stamford Bridge last? Or was it? No, it was at the Emirates.
No, it was the
where they
Emirates.
missed the disallowed goals that shouldn't have been disallowed. So many
Stina
things.
and Frida.
That it just kind of just like a really clean cut game.
Yes, I was just like a game with no like having to disassemble it at the end and like sort of pick apart and like
Yeah. So the crash out, as it's being referred to, and I think Sonia Pompasta I think she knows that she went a little far. But
Is this
like,
where she got her phone out and was
yeah, when she accidentally. The thing that made me laugh was on the
was it like a tweet?
caption. It was a tweet, and on the caption it was like "fuck the ref" in capitals. And the BBC
Sonia's favourite tweets.
and the BBC shared it, so they had to delete the post the next day when I clicked clearly.
I did see quite a lot of edits.
Oh yeah.
Oh, quite a lot of fun edits.
It's going to become an eternal meme.
It
isn't
is,
it?
yeah. I think
matter
the
the
favourite one I
situation.
saw was somebody had edited like a picture of Rene holding the Champions League
Yeah,
cup.
and
like,
since Arsenal got knocked out of the FA Cup, I've seen people share the picture of Brighton scoring in the quarter-final.
Yeah.
So, fair fucks. I'm going to enjoy that meme for the rest of time,
Yeah.
I think. So, at least one good thing came out of that situation.
it does mean now that Arsenal will be facing Lyon if we move on to the next match, which is Lyon Wolfsburg. Now, Wolfsburg went into this game with one in hand. They, like it must feel good going into the first or to the second game knowing that you're up, even if it's only up by one.
Yeah.
But boy, did Lyon come back fighting. They scored
fire.
1 goal in regulation time, and then 3 of the 4-0 goal score line was scored in extra time.
That is wild. They came back and they were like, absolutely not, we're going to win this.
Yep. So the
We'll
game
win this
finished
bitch.
1-1, and then Lyon were like, no, hang on, we're Lyon and we've won the Champions League the most times.
It's like, hold on, let me just check myself.
Yes, let me just remind everybody why we're here, and scored 3 goals in extra time.
Sensational.
Yeah, very sensational.
Speaking
So,
of,
we'll be
also-
meeting them.
Yes, which I don't want to say I'm excited about. But on the other side of the bracket, Man United, Bayern Munich. So it was
Yes.
Bayern home for leg 2, and I don't know if it was that home advantage, but they also
Sort
came
of
back with
walked-
fire.
Yeah,
So
walked-
2-1 in leg
walked.
2 to Bayern, which
Yes.
unfortunate because again Man United had the lead there, didn't they?
No.
No, it was 3-2. So yeah,
Yeah.
fine. Take that back.
So-
So Man United are no longer in it.
No, but their
Their first run,
for their first run, pretty good to get
decent.
through the quarterfinals.
I wouldn't be mad at that as a Man United fan. And I think
Yeah.
some, obviously, Man United fans are a bit upset about it. Fair. You obviously want to see your team go as far as they can. But I'm not.
But that's pretty
I'm not-
good.
2018, that team was formed. And by
Yeah.
2026, they've made it to the quarterfinals
even
of the
10
Champions
years
League.
later.
Yeah. They've won the FA Cup. They've made it to the Champions League quarterfinals. If
They're
their
building.
management takes care of them, there's
Yes.
a good future for the women's
There
team.
is.
If people don't keep leaving because of bad care.
Yes.
And then the other one that we are somewhat scared of.
Yes.
Barcelona, Real Madrid.
No,
Real
this
Madrid.
was a
Real Madrid?
derby, a local,
El Clasico.
the El Clasico, a derby, in all manners of the word. Now, do you know what? Actually, going into it, I did not think that Real Madrid really had a chance of anything, because if you look at the stats of Real Madrid and Barcelona meeting, it is literally, it's like
Yeah.
Barcelona just
They won
it's
once, didn't they,
just-
last year?
just
Was that?
Barcelona?
Oh, maybe I've made that up.
But this is the highest aggregate score. It's 12-2 aggregate. And Barcelona scored 6 goals in each game.
That's absolutely disgusting.
So an absolute just
Oh, it makes
force.
me shiver.
force of nature by we know some people who were at the game. Laura, shout out Laura, she was at the game.
I think
She said it was good.
It is amazing for them though that they were at Camp Nou. Is that how you say it? Camp Nou? I know it's spelled
Sure.
N-O-U. Camp Nou. So they were at the Spotify Stadium where Barcelona men's team play as well. And they don't get to play there very often. So I love that when they did play there, it was the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Leg 2, they were already 5 goals ahead. They scored another 6.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I think Patea scored in like the 6th, like this opening 6 minutes.
Oh, gosh, she did. And she did the bow. She did everything.
She did La Reina, like.
So I think if they're going to do it, what a great time to have done it.
So do you think, based on those scores, we're going to see a Barcelona v someone final?
I think it will be Barcelona. I'd love it to be Arsenal. I fear it may be Lyon. Because if we're this inconsistent at the moment... Then again, inconsistency... We've been inconsistent in semi-finals before.
That's true.
So,
do you know what? I would actually... This is what I would like. Do you want to know what I would like?
Go for it.
I would like Bayern Munich to just pull an absolute blinder, beat Barcelona, and it be if it's gonna be Lyon in the final, I want it to be a Bayern Lyon final because we've
never
seen
that.
Lyon Barcelona,
Yeah.
we've seen Arsenal Barcelona. Now, obviously, in a perfect world, I would want Arsenal to be through, but if it could be Bayern v Barcelona potentially, I would like.
Yeah,
or
that'd be
Bayern,
good.
or not Bayern Barcelona, Bayern Lyon. I would like to see, because I've never seen Bayern Munich play.
I
And
haven't
German
either,
style of
actually,
football
I
is quite different.
Yeah. It'd be interesting. I think the Spanish style is often very heavy on attack, and the German style is often very heavy on defense.
Yeah, Spanish very feet technical,
Very techy.
Yeah, very techy.
So yeah,
I'd like to see. I want to see it.
Rounding off, I'd be very happy to see Bayern in the final. Would love the mostest to see my team Arsenal in the final.
Yes,
but the semis are lined up, so let's see what comes next.
So let's see what. Right, so WSL. Now, the WSL scores are a little bit behind the times.
Yeah, because it's been so much happening.
So much has happened. Now, there weren't any WSL games this weekend because, as we covered already, the FA Cup happened. So these are from the weekend before.
So it was Derby Central.
Derby Central. What did we have? Arsenal Spurs.
5-2.
United City. Everton
0-3.
Liverpool.
0-3. 0-3.
Anything interesting from Arsenal Spurs? We were following it.
We were not there. We were at the Women's National League Cup final, which we will
come
touch
on to
later. Just a kind of a great game from what I've heard.
Russo hat-trick.
Russo hat-trick. There was a own goal from Frida Marnham.
There was.
Sad because I don't think she's been scoring that many goals for Arsenal recently.
There was a very good Beth England goal.
Yes.
To give Spurs
their flowers. But yeah, you expect Arsenal to beat Spurs because they do mostly.
Yes, you do. And it was being
anything
played
really
at
in
the
this
Emirates.
world.
It was being played at home. You know, like
It was a sunny game. Everyone had a great
everyone
day
had a
out.
bev. It was
Everyone except Spurs had a great day out.
everyone except Spurs had a great day out. Yeah. What about United City? Did United have a great day
Sad.
out?
It was at Old Trafford. Ooh. I always do feel sad when a team doesn't traditionally play at that stadium and
Yes,
then
and
they
then
don't
when
get...
they do, they lose.
Yeah, when they go away from home and then they don't win. I don't think they won last year at Old Trafford either, which it's just unfortunate. So the score was 0-3 to Man City. And
Dutch takeover.
Was it 2 Miedemars and a Casparij?
2 Miedemars and a Kasparaj. So the Dutch have landed.
They did. They landed in Old Trafford.
Yeah,
and
they really showed
showed
what they can
everybody.
do. So well done to City.
Also,
not really as much of a surprise.
Speaking of Casparij, did you see that Kerstin Casparij did some shoot for, I think, a Dutch magazine of some sort? Oh my God, it's sensational.
No, I've not seen this yet.
It's so good. And I think you'll really like the shoot because she looks exceptional. They've really styled her well. They've worked in with her. I
like her style.
Yeah, they've worked with her style really well. Also, I think everything that she wears, I think you would really like. So I think you'll like it from a girl fan.
Editorial. I'm going to go and...
You'll like it from a girl fan way.
Steal her.
Girl fan. What am I about? Fangirl way. A girl fan way.
Girl fan.
Spice it up.
Just a girl fan.
Whereas I liked it on a, wow, she looks sensational, pretty fit kind of way. Ruth, her girlfriend, commented something like, I don't know, something along the lines of like, my ride's here or something. I'm sat. That's what she was. I'm sat. And I was like, fair girl, fair.
I'm going to have to go and check it out and then wear
it is good.
everything so that you'll also be sat.
Exactly. Whoever the editorial director was of that shoot knew how to make
10 out of 10.
Yeah, knew how to make a women's footballer look. I think she knew the energy she was after. Anyway, moving on. Football, that's what we're talking about.
Everton, Liverpool, another derby. Again, being played at Everton, being played in Everton.
Goodison Park.
And they lost 3-2.
Yeah, to
Sorry to that. Grace Fisk, now she scored a goal for Liverpool, but also got 2 yellows, so she got sent off. So it was a 10-woman Liverpool.
She made a mark and then
She made her mark and then she was like, I'm out of here for tripping Zara Kramzar, who also scored one of the goals for Everton. So she also got her revenge.
Fun though, sounds like a drama game.
Yeah, it does sound like
As
a
a
drama
Liverpool
game.
fan, it must have been a fun game to watch.
Yes.
And as an Everton fan, minus the loss.
Yeah.
At least it was a dramatic game.
Yeah, at least there was like entertainment to it. We've always said we hate a 0-0 draw loss, and I actually hate a 1-1 draw as well.
Yeah, again, the
Like, yeah,
more.
give me some effort. Come on.
try harder.
We had Chelsea, Aston Villa, 4-3 to Chelsea. Again, I don't know if that's much of a surprise, seeing as there were 3 goals in.
I will say, Aston Villa, everyone who watched that said that Aston Villa should have won, that they deserved the win, that they played better, they fought for it, and Chelsea just happened. Because I think, might be wrong, but I think the first 3 goals were Chelsea, and then Aston Villa made it up, and the last goal was like a late goal.
So the first 3 goals were in the first 7 minutes of the game.
That's crazy. And they were the Chelsea
No,
goals.
they might not have been the first 7 minutes. No, they weren't.
They were.
It was like
they were within 7 minutes.
but
of
it
each
was
other.
like 3 minutes. Like so, it was like
within 7 minutes of each
the
other.
very
It was
early.
fast. Yeah,
but they were early goals.
So I think that
yeah.
again, as a Villa fan, must have been an amazing game to watch. And again, just sad that they didn't finish it off.
I know.
But anyway, West Ham, London City Lionesses was
Boring,
1-1. Boring. Don't want to talk about it. Don't want to waste my time.
We hate 1-1. And then Leicester, Brighton. Sorry. Actually, that's really rude. I'm really sorry, West Ham and London City. That is really rude. But 1-1 is just boring. Okay.
But also, fair to West Ham, that's a decent team in terms of the calibre of the players.
Yeah.
So, giving them their flowers, West Ham, you've done all right there.
You've done all right.
London City Lionesses still unsure about what they're.
Yeah.
I don't feel safe with them yet.
I read that they've lost a lot of money.
Yeah, but I just think that makes sense. So you don't invest in something expecting a profit immediately. She's building a team. She's spent an extraordinary amount of money.
Like 10
What a
million or
word. I
something.
don't know where that came from. Pull that right out of my arse.
Extraordinary.
An extraordinary amount on players from all over the world. Literally, she's made.
She's a woman of the world.
She's essentially played fantasy football, but in real life, she's made a dream team and gone, I'll have this, I'll have that, I'll have that, and then they've invested in the stadium, they've invested in the training, they've invested in the people. The people outside of the players. No way was she going to make a profit. She knows that. I think this is women's sport needs investment. She's invested.
We
Profit
just need to
will
wait.
come in the future.
The dividends.
Payday's not now. Payday will come.
Will pay off. Well, we'll see.
And then the last one, Leicester Brighton.
Now Leicester are not having a good run of it, and they lost to Brighton.
And now they're at the bottom of the table, I think.
I think they are maybe bottom of the table. Yeah. So bit of a streak for Brighton.
Yeah.
So they won that game against Leicester, and then they went and beat Arsenal this weekend. So
It must be a good time down in Crawley.
the sun must be out. The seagulls must be flying.
Making those wow sounds.
Um,
Do you know how Arsenal always have pigeons on the Emirates?
Yes.
Do you think they have just some seagulls just sat there? Far more in the way if they were, actually. They're quite a big
they're
bird.
quite big.
And
Seagulls
they
are
don't have
kinda...
fear. I think you could run at them with the ball and they'd
Yeah,
just be like, come
they'd
at
be
me,
like,
bro.
give me your chips.
Steal the ball.
Yeah, so that was the WSL. We've now got a break from the WSL, so we'll actually not revisit the WSL next week either because it's international break.
It is.
We will have Spain, England will be at. España v Angleterre. Don't know why I'm mixing languages.
We did disappear to a different football game.
Yes, we did.
We went
We're going
to
to wrap up. We're going to finish off talking about
the FA Women's National League Cup final.
Very exciting at QPR.
Yes, which is, and I think I said this last week, but just for those of you who may have missed last week's episode or the week before, whenever we posted it, the Loftus Road Stadium for QPR is actually very important for women's football because it is the location of the first FA Women's Cup final in 1982. 1972. 82.
Trust your gut. Panic. Oh my God. That's...
Yeah,
piece of history then.
This is obviously a different. The FA Cup will be at final will be at Wembley,
but it's still the FA.
Yes, this is the FA Cup, FA Women's National League Cup. So the
yes.
third, fourth tiers of women's football in England, and what a game! So
it was.
There was
one
a great
goal
game in the sixth minute, and it was an Olympico.
It was Kenny Thompson from a corner. Olympico.
AFC Bournemouth.
It was stunning.
It was great, and it was so good. Didn't even realize it went in. Like, I was watching it. My eyes told a different story. Just don't expect it.
No, you don't.
It swooshed. It was like slow motion.
Everyone kind of gives it a go, but rarely does it. Like, I mean, obviously we saw Katie McCabe Olympico in the World Cup a couple of years ago for Ireland. I don't really, you don't hear them very often.
No.
So for Kenny Thompson, like, absolute hats off to her. She was stunned. Our friend Norali interviewed her at the end of the game, and she was like, you know, asking her to go check out on her page, The Kickback, if you want to see that interview with Kenny Thompson. But she was like,
I meant to do it.
I'll say I meant to
practicing it, didn't she? But if you want to see the goal, head to Norali's page. It's the Kickback podcast. Mm-hmm. She caught the video. She caught the goal on camera.
She caught it on camera.
Amazing, because I wouldn't have even thought to film that bit. And she's got it on there, and it's worth a little look. So well done to Kenny Thompson. Well done to AFC Bournemouth.
But listen, Plymouth Argyle, they fought hard. It was a very physical game. It was end to end. It was very exciting. At one point, there was a goal that was not a goal, but could have been a goal, and it was a really good game. Really nice to go and watch some great football in some of the other leagues, especially because the weekend before, Plymouth and Bournemouth had played their game in the league, and Plymouth had won. Yeah. So there was a little bit of like
they'd won 2-1. So there was we said it was either going to be revenge or it was going to be holding on to that holding on to that crown, and revenge won. Yeah, and they're all
or both of those teams are quite close to the top of their division.
And they still have a chance of winning the league.
They do.
So it's all to play for.
It's all to play for, but very well done to AFC Bournemouth. It was a great wee day out. And then in the plate on the Sunday, Cheadletown beat Moneyfields. So a great wee weekend for football. Yeah, and if you do, we always say this, if you get a chance, get yourself out to any of your local games. They are really fun. Now the sun's out, there's a few more games left. Yep. Tickets are usually cheap and cheerful. You can get a nice wee, they usually have a wee chippy van. I swear by the fact that the food at those stadiums is better. Yeah, it is. It's better. It's the chips are crispier. Quality, better price. Yeah. You can get yourself a wee beer, stand in the stands, and just a nice wee day out. Yeah, I think when we went to see Maidenhead, it was a £5. Yeah. What a great day. What a great day. No travel cost. We should do that again soon. Yeah, we should. Well, no reason not to. So, and what we got planned? Are we going 24? We're going to the England-Spain match. We mentioned that earlier. That is in the calendar. It's your birthday tomorrow. It's my birthday which tomorrow. Which is the 7th. When you're listening to this, not on the 7th, because you won't be. But it is Al's birthday. So the next time you see her, I'll be a whole year older. She'll be a whole year older. She'll be a big 32 with nothing to do. I have way too much to do. But it is officially my birthday day. It's her birthday week. But my birthday week has started today. We woke up this morning, but for reference, it's Monday the 6th. We woke up this morning and Ali went, I'm ready to start my birthday. And I went, now. Oh, okay. It's now, everybody. So we're about to go out for lunch, enjoy the sun, and I've got a half day off tomorrow. So got a half day off tomorrow. So whatever you're up to, we'll just be eating a lot. That's my plan. Birthday plan. Easter eggs and good food. Off to the England-Ireland rugby game on Saturday. We are. The Red Roses playing Ireland. They're gonna probably pummel them into the ground because the Red Roses are amazing, and Ireland women are not so good. as the men.
So should we round it off there?
Let's round it off there. So is that us?
That's us now. I was going to go for the full outro. Oh.